Raise your fists together. I am somebody. I may be poor, but I am somebody.
Red and yellow, brown, black, and white. We're all precious in God's sight. Everybody is somebody. Stop the violence. Save the children. Stop bullying. Save the children.
Hold your head high. Stick your chest out. You can make it. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sonia Whitaker, National Education Policy Director for Push for Excellence. And we want to thank you so much for giving of your gift of time and for joining us on our Saturday morning forum. We want to start out by thanking Word Network for bringing you to us and us to you. And yet we recognize that many of you are watching us right now on Facebook Live. While you're doing so, we want to ask that you simply like our page. And for those of you that are watching us now live on YouTube, we want you to simply subscribe to our page so that you can gain immediate access to our content. And speaking of our content, we want you to seriously give of your financial resources. You see, we can't do this without you, and we've made it really easy for you to do just that. At this moment, you can simply take your phone, hold it up to that QR code on your screen, and give right on the spot. And if you prefer, you can take that same cell phone and simply text the word push to 41444. Text push to 41444. And we've given you a third option. If you prefer, you can simply go to our website at rainbowpush.org and click on the word push and donate. At this moment, we wanted to make sure that you not touch that dial because we have a great ton of content that we're going to bring for you today. Thank you so much again for being with us. Sit still, keep hope alive, and the push is on.
Push for Excellence was founded by Reverend Jackson in 1975. 1975, Reverend Jackson challenged America to push for excellence, to challenge America to make sure that every child could have a high-quality public education. And every year, we have one fundraiser. It's our Push Excel Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Breakfast. It's held on the actual holiday, the Dr. King holiday. And we invite you, wherever you are, if you can join us in person, we will be at the Marriott Marquis Hotel. And we have this breakfast to, one, showcase our young people, what they're learning, what they're doing, and showcase the possibilities of what young people can and will do if they receive the appropriate investments in them. And then we highlight our scholarship program because we believe that every child should go to school and money should not be an obstacle. And then we showcase our oratorical program, our STEM program, and we want you to help us fund our programs. We have a college-bound program, we have a Historic Black College Tour, we have all these things for young people and their parents. And so what we need you to do is either join us at the annual scholarship breakfast or you give to us. The tables are $5,000 for corporate sponsors, $1,500 for an individual sponsor. The tickets primarily go to fund scholarships and Push Excel programs. It's anniversary month and we are glad to be here. We're opening anniversary month with another action. Every time we come to this period in anniversary, you're remembering, some of you are remembering the works that we've done in the past. Well, I don't want you to just keep looking back. Look forward because we're here today. Mr. Charles Bridgman, who is the Executive Vice President of SEIU Local 1. Why is that important? Because there's some workers that are going to be demonstrating all across the country at guess where? Airports. Mr. Bridgman, why are you all taking action at O'Hare Airport in Chicago and other airports?
Well, Dr. Wilson, as you know, this time of the year is the busiest time of the year for the airports and for the travelers who are coming in and going out and and to visit their loved ones. But specifically, we have the switchport cargo workers at the O'Hare Airport working in United Airlines, and we don't feel, and they don't feel that they're being treated with dignity and respect.
So wait a minute, you say the cargo workers, those people that take the bags off the plane and put them on the plane?
Yes.
And so what's happening with the cargo workers? How many do you have just at O'Hare?
Well, at O'Hare, it's approximately 400. And, across the country, I don't even have a number, but I do know that there will be at least 21 other action
At 21 other airports around the country?
Around the country.
So just for the cargo workers?
Yes, this is just for the cargo workers.
So what are they doing actions for? What are they doing?
They want to bring it to light, the fact that, there's no dignity, there's no respect when it comes down to the safety of these workers.
Okay,
and,
so they're not fighting for more money.
The money, everybody like more money, but this is not at the forefront of our fight. The forefront of our fight is to have a person to come to work and leave home and come back safe, and to be able to, to work with dignity. That's the forefront of this fight.
The workers that you represent, they drive those little cargo trucks.
Yes.
Are they covered? So in the wintertime, what happens?
So what happens is that the workers that we are supporting, that we're standing up with, they drive the cargo trucks. They load the planes and unload the planes, and they drive around the tarmacs without horns. And
so you mean if they can't blow a horn if a plane is backing up or something?
Right. They can't blow a horn. A lot of times the horns don't work. And then, there is always, there's no air conditioning in the summertime in the warehouses that they work in. And it's always hot in the summertime. And it's bitter cold in the winter.
So you mean the places where they put our bags, they're not warm in the winter and cool in the summer?
They are not.
So they're not heated?
The heat is insufficient, but there's absolutely no air conditioning.
Okay. So they have poor working conditions. Do they have a special jackets and uniforms that they can wear out in the cold?
I'm thinking that the uniforms and the jackets, they have those, but when they go back into the warehouses, that's a problem. Even in the bathroom, the bathrooms a lot of times are very filthy, and even the soap is not the type that kills germs.
So do they get masks? Because we've been in COVID. Do they get COVID mask and that kind of thing?
Yes, they get the PP equipment. They get that. But every man, every woman have a right. The Lord said that that everyone is made in my image, and I believe, and we believe at Local 1 that these workers have a right to be able to work, with dignity and respect.
So do they work long hours? What are they, regular hours? Or do they work more than 8 hours a day?
Sometimes they do.
Are they getting time and a half, or are they just working?
Straight
pay?
They get time and a half, when they work, but the biggest issue is just the working conditions themselves. The working conditions themselves is the biggest issue that we have.
So when is the demonstration?
The demonstration, and I'm glad that you asked, it's going to be on Thursday, December the 8th at 10:15 a.m.
At O'Hare?
At O'Hare Airport.
Now, what other airports? Can you name some of the cities?
Well, I don't know all the 21, but I know that Houston is having a demonstration. And, O'Hare is the third largest, third busiest airport, and Houston is the largest right now. And really? I think that the busiest, the most busiest And then I think that New York is the second busiest, and I know that O'Hare is the third busiest right now.
Busier than LA?
Yes, right now.
Okay, so those of you who are watching, wherever you are, check and see if the cargo workers, these are the people that carry our bags to and from the plane, store our bags, make sure your bag gets back connected to you. They're having problems in terms of their working conditions. And so we fight for workers, whether they're airport workers, whether they're railroad workers, whether they are retail workers, wherever you are, whatever job you have, PUSH has been fighting for you. Fighting for you is what we do absolutely best. And so we thank you. We partner with SEIU. We will be with SEIU in Chicago as they do this action. I think it's informational action, because most of us don't think about the people that drive those little cargo things. They're not really vans because it's open air. Right? The bags are stacked up.
It's open air.
Yeah, it's just like you have a wagon and you're driving a wagon, basically.
Right, absolutely.
In the cold. And if you've ever been to Chicago, it is the windy city, it's the snowy city. And so we thank you for coming. We're going to see you next Thursday, December 8th.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless Operation PUSH, Rainbow Coalition, and all that you do, and the Reverend and everybody.
Thank you. Two things I want to talk about today. One is Rainbow PUSH Anniversary Month. Why is that important? Because we need to look back and tell our children what meaneth these various things. What has PUSH done for them? What has PUSH done for you if you're a worker? What has PUSH done for you if you're a teacher? What has PUSH done for you if you are a police officer, a firefighter? What has PUSH done for you if you work in retail sales? What has PUSH done for you if you work in any one of the industries all across America? What has PUSH done for you if you're working or you're interested in Silicon Valley? What has PUSH done for you if you're a professional and you work in, you're a lawyer, you're an accountant? What has PUSH done? Well, we've done several things. We've pushed for doors to open in schools, making sure that every public school provides a high quality public education for every child without regard to parental income, without regard to the neighborhood where the child lives. We are still pushing for a high quality public education. So you need to look at, come to our anniversary month, which is December, the whole month of December. We kind of highlight some of the things we've done in the past, and we'll be talking about some of the things we're doing in the future. We've already had one Saturday. Well, we have 3 more Saturdays that we want you to join us. Not just watch us, but join us, invest in us. You have an opportunity to support the work that we're doing. How many organizations give more than $10 million in scholarships? How many organizations support teachers when they are struggling for better wages and a better classroom atmosphere, smaller class sizes? Who supports you? We do. What happens, parents, when you have issues with the schools that your children are attending? Or parents, you're trying to figure out how can your child afford to go to college? We help you. We do college-bound classes. We talk about financial aid, and we provide scholarships. But we also take your child 8 days, 7 nights on a college tour. How many people are funding college tours all across the country so that children, without regard to race and gender, can experience college and see more than one, and then make a decision where they're going to go? How is it that we can do this? Well, we do it because you support us. We need your support now. Every dollar you give will help a child learn more about STEM. Every dollar that you give will help us feed some hungry families. Every dollar that you give will help us fight for the adequate public policy as it relates to education, as it relates to workers' rights. Every dollar you give helps us push voter registration and voter engagement all across the nation. Every dollar you give helps us look at feeding families, not just 1 day a year or 2 days a year, just on holidays, but every day, fighting for families to have an adequate place to stay, healthy food for themselves and for their children. That's why we're asking you today, give as you've been blessed, so that we can be a blessing to those who really, really need us. And all you have to do is text the word PUSH to 41444. Trying to make it easy for you. Text the word PUSH, PUSH, to 41444, and you can make a difference in somebody's life, some child's opportunity, some family's source of income, somebody a place to stay.
Push Excel's goal is to inspire students to strive for excellence in education in spite of personal, family, and community challenges that they might experience. How do we do this? By advocating for educational policies that guarantee equal funding for all students without regard to race or economic standing. By engaging parents, students, and teachers in pursuing high-quality education and striving for educational excellence at every level. And by forging partnerships with community-based and public sector stakeholders in education. Now, Push Excel is a national model program with the purpose of connecting principals, parents, popular personalities, and students in a bond and to support students at every level on the educational ladder. Now, we want you to become a member of the Rainbow Push Coalition and Push Excel. Your annual membership can help us to change policies that impact students, colleges, and universities all around the country. So step up and sign up today. Membership is only $35, and if you're a student or a senior, $15. Just go to our website, rainbowpush.org, and push join to become a member or push donate to support the Push Excel program. You can also text the word Push Excel, that's PUSHEXCEL, to 41444 on your cell phone, and you can give us any amount that you feel comfortable giving or call us at 773-256-2775. Wherever you are, you can support us as we keep pushing for you. And remember to keep hope alive.
When you shop, Amazon gives. Visit Amazon Smile and select Push for Excellence as your charitable organization by starting your shopping at smile.amazon.com.
Today is that day that we've got to call this name to make sure the role is clear, that this name means something to us. And so today we call the name Judge Arnetta Hubard. We call the name Judge Arnetta Hubard. We call the name Judge Arnetta Hubard. A job well done, a life well lived, a service worth recognition. Somebody call out the name Judge Arnetta Hubard. So today, as everyone is standing, we want to extend to you, Judge. We want you to have your flowers and then some. And we expect you to be around a long time because God is not through with you yet. We extend to you the Jesse Jackson Award, Judge Arnetta Hubard, a real pillar of justice in our community, and a trailblazer and a history maker. Today we celebrate a real trailblazer in the life, the legacy, and leadership of Judge Arnetta Hubard. Give a round of applause to her. And I think we have a special recording that's queued up from the chairman of the Rainbow Push Coalition Board, Attorney C.K. Hoffler.
Greetings to our Rainbow Push family and to the world. It is with a great deal of honor that I today stand here to extend a warm and heartfelt congratulations to the most incredible, outstanding, magnificent judge or jurist that this country has seen. Judge Arnetta Hubard has made such extraordinary contributions, not just to the Illinois community, the judiciary in the Illinois community, Cook County, but to this country indeed. And it is with a great deal of humility that we at Rainbow Push say to her, thank you so much. We want to just, on this auspicious occasion of her retirement, we just want to point out that this is a jurist who has been a glowing example of excellence, dedication to the profession, professionalism in class. Indeed, Judge Arnett Hubard was the first woman to serve as president of the National Bar Association, and this was in 1981. But she was also the first woman to serve as president of the Cook County Bar Association in 1979. Indeed, she's had a magnificent and stellar career. When she graduated from 1969 from John Marshall School of Law, she was at the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights from 1969 to 1972. From 1972 to 1997, she was an attorney in private practice. And then followed by that, she was at the Chicago Cable Commission from 1985 to 1989, blazing a trail. She was at 1989 to 1997, she was at the Chicago Board of Elections. From 1997 to the present, she was at the Illinois Cook County as a judge in Illinois Cook County. Her contributions are vast, her work ethic unparalleled. So many of us stand on her shoulders, including me. As a past president of the National Bar Association, I tried to emulate her dedication to the profession and to our communities. Her class, her style, her stick-to-it, her toughness, her uncompromising integrity and work ethic are unparalleled, particularly today. So I stand as chair of the Rainbow Push Coalition to congratulate again the magnificent Judge Arnett Hubard on her retirement, and I say on a personal note, bravo, my sister. We are so proud of you, and we wish to bestow upon you the greatest honor that we can at Rainbow Push by saying thank you for all of your dedication to the judiciary, to your community, to this country, and to the world.
Let's thank God for Attorney C.K. Hoffler.
I am somebody. I am somebody. Respect me, protect me, never neglect me. If my mind can conceive it, my heart can believe it, I know I can achieve it. I'm somebody. I'm God's child. I'm God's child. Keep hope alive. Don't give up. Keep hope alive. Don't surrender. Let me hear you scream. Let me express my thanks to you for being a member of the Rainbow Push Coalition. We need you to join today. Some of you are not members. You with us, but not as a member. But you be a card-carrying member and wear your pen proudly, because we have so much to do. We need mentors. We have leaders. One thing has happened in our open housing drives. We broke up slums, as new slums. You go out through Kimball, Oakland, now, there's beautiful homes and we refurbish all that stuff, new properties. There's vacant lots in Chicago. That means that the slum landlords, we drove them out and found their buildings collapsed because they were not paying taxes. All these vacant spots are really, vacant spots are opportunities to build and to grow. The other thing that happened is the byproduct of this thing has been the suburbanization of black people. We move out of our cities, go into the suburbs. Well, it's logical. You want a house, yard, and all that goes with that, and decent schools. But my friends, we don't forsake these cities too fast. They're coming back. Cities are built around water and passageways and the like. So there'll be they're coming back to the city, come back to the city. They come back to the city. And so don't step out and cash your mama's property in too quick, because the city is what the city is. I found that in traveling a lot, that Cleveland, for example, 52% black now, 61% illiterate, 25% of those that have not finished high school. That suggests something, that the intelligentsia of Cleveland, suburbs now. So whoever you are, you must fight for justice. So wherever I am, I'll fight for justice. Save our children. Stop the violence.
Good morning, Operation Push. It is with great honor that I get to stand here today and make a few remarks about Judge Arnett Hubard. As a first-generation college student, a first-generation law school grad, and the very first lawyer in my family, this history and this legacy that we speak about today is oh so very important to me. Judge Hubard, I want you to understand, is a trailblazer. I know you guys know that. But we must remember that she became a lawyer in 1969 when only 3% of women were lawyers. In 97, she became a judge. She is a force with a dynamic presence wherever she goes. Judge Hubard, as Attorney Juan Thomas already explained to us, is the first female president of the Cook County Bar Association, which is the oldest bar association of African American lawyers and judges in this country. Would all the past presidents of the Cook County Bar Association that's in this room please stand up? Thank you. See, if it wasn't for Judge Arnett Hubard being the trailblazer that she is, we wouldn't have all of those past presidents. Many of them are in robes, and we got Commissioner Rogers. We wouldn't have them. She paved the way. She opened doors. And I wouldn't be here standing before you in Cook County Bar Association's 108th year as the youngest female president of the organization. The theme for the bar year in Cook County Bar Year this year is Lifting as We Climb. And Judge Hubard has done that in so many capacities. Judge Hubard, I want to thank you for your steadfast commitment to our Bar Association and the National Bar Association, and your commitment to equity and justice in the legal profession. As Maya Angelou says, you are a phenomenal woman. Phenomenally, that's you. Thank you.
What we are determines why we go. Why we go determines what we look for. What we look for determines what we see. And what we see is what we get. We live in a divided country in which an implacable minority gives no quarter in a clash over power, race, identity, money, and faith. To give no quarter means to show no mercy. We are in the midst of a 21st century moment of profound polarization, passionate disagreement, and differing understandings of reality. Never in history has there been more need for wise, courageous, and enlightened leadership than at the present. Judge Arnett Hubard, since her days as a talented civil rights attorney, has been a foot soldier for justice. When I became a lawyer in 1974, she and others encouraged and showed me the way, showing me that ordinary people, generation to generation, motivate and inspire, and they struggle to make our country better. As lawyers, they took pride in representing those who needed it most with a passion for simple justice. We need to exemplify Judge Hubard's example to help draw our hurting world back together. She is always bearing a warm smile and cheerful and always trying to achieve something that makes sense. She exudes so much professional presence, so much ability, so much well-deserved self-confidence, so much understanding of what is going on in the world day in and day out, and so much generosity of spirit. On today, which happens to be my birthday, I am humbled and gratified to receive the gift and privilege of honoring this phenomenal woman. I thank Rainbow Push Coalition for the opportunity to share our gratitude for Judge Hubard's inspiration and resilience. May God continue to bless our beloved judge. She is so worthy of our continued love and respect. May Judge Hubard's legacy move us to number our years, that our hearts may grow in wisdom. Blessings and love always to you, Judge Hubard. Love you so much.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming out here today, especially my wife, my daughters, my family, some of whom came here from Alaska. Ain't a whole lot of people I like that much, so I appreciate y'all. My goal here today is to share with all of you the impact my mom has had on my life. If my voice cracks, I'm going to ask you to forgive me. I got some advice from Judge Stanley Hill. He said, be yourself, be brief, then be seated. So with that in mind, I'm going to limit myself to one story. Parents often embarrass their children in public. I got a shot. Some of you might have seen the Arnett Hubard death glare. It's often followed by a sharp exhalation of breath. And if you see a smile afterward, do not believe the smile. She has crushed seasoned lawyers who come to her courtroom unprepared and then think they're going to BS their way through her. It's not pretty. The first time I saw this, I was 8. I didn't know what it meant. I just knew I didn't want that smoke. So if you happen to see this, whatever you're doing, just stop. Don't try to fight your way out. Cover up. Ride it out. Because you're not, like Lance said, you're not going to win because she came in the door. And I'm sure that glare and snort preceded that event. With the idea of being brief and be seated, I'm going to limit myself to that one story, but I have a whole bunch more if anybody wants to hear them. Sorry, Mom. I'm going to get to the point. Parents, if you know this, your kids pay more attention to what people say about you and what you do far more than the words that come out of your mouth. Because what you say, and I'm looking at these two, means nothing. So what I saw was a woman who came from Camden, Arkansas. You can go find it on a map somewhere. East St. Louis, put herself through college with a double major in chemistry and math. That's still one of the more impressive things I've ever heard. I'm smart, but I'm not that smart. And then she accomplished all of those firsts that we heard in the beginning. And many people here, thank you, have remarked on many of those. And that's not even close. There are 24 more that don't even make that cut. So I saw this. And as I was growing up, if there was an obstacle, it never occurred to me that there was an option other than going over, around, or through.
Amen.
And that's because of this right here. And sometimes I failed, a whole bunch of times. All I did was reset, find another angle, and keep going. So despite the loving words of encouragement, someone here mentioned the occasional foot in the rear. The most important thing she did for me to be a successful husband, father, whatever else it is I've accomplished. Mom, those were the examples that got me up and got me going. So I appreciate you, I'm proud of you, and I love you.
Good morning, everyone. Reverend Jackson, thank you for all you do. Judge Hubard, the brilliant Judge Hubard. I had the great privilege of being on an NBA trip. I believe we were in France. And then as good fortune would have it, I got to sit at a table with her. I didn't waste a moment of burning out her ear because I know how important she is to the NBA. And the wisdom that she gave me as an attorney propelled me to being a New York State Supreme Court Justice. These are Arnett's words. She testified before the U.S. Senate, right, on behalf of the National Bar Association for the first woman appointed to the Supreme Court Justice. She's been around and she's always supporting everyone. And these are your words that I were able to pull up, and this is what you said. Although the National Bar Association supports Judge O'Connor's nomination, we would be nonetheless remiss not to remind her of specific concerns of our constituency, which we deem to be of the greatest priority. These concerns include not only and are not limited to the following: continued access to the federal courts on behalf of the poor and politically unpopular groups, invidious attempts at gerrymandering political voting districts, which have left the effect of diluting minority representation in both the state and federal legislation. Lastly, continued concern for the protection of minorities' interests through a fair and aggressive interpretation of the 13th and the 14th Amendments of the United States. She doesn't bite her tongue. She does not play. And when she gives support, she makes it known she wants the support of her people. And this is what the chairman had to say at that time. Ms. Hubard, I believe you are not only president of the National Bar Association, but you are a member of the American Bar Association. Her reply, that is correct, sir. You are also a member of the Illinois State Bar Association, yes, and the first female president of the Cook County Bar Association. That is right, she said to him. You are a member of the Chicago Bar Association and the California Association of Black Lawyers. That is true. In other words, keep reading. And then finally, the chairman had no choice because of what she does for Chicago, the United States of America, and across this world. You have a rather impressive record. I just want to congratulate you. We thank you for your presence and your testimony. Mommy, you're brilliant. You are a genius. You are loving. You are giving. You are all of that.
We all remember when she was thoroughly disrespected in the Daily Center Plaza by a man who was offended by the way she spent her afternoon over her break doing what she wanted to do. And he was incensed by the fact that she happened to insist that she had as much of a right to be there as he did. When he appeared before the criminal court judge, the lawyer asked for a bench trial because he knew judges matter and he knew Judge Obish would not do the right thing and hold this young man accountable for the way he mistreated an icon in our community. So I sat there with Judge Hubard throughout that trial, and we were dismayed by the result. It was not just, it was not what should have happened. He was not held accountable, and I committed to her that we would hold him accountable for what he did. So a few weeks ago, we appeared in a courthouse with Judge Hubard by my side, and they approached us to discuss resolution of this action before we put them before a jury who would do the right thing by Judge Hubard. And I told the judge this will not go anywhere without a written apology to Judge Hubard for his actions and some acknowledgement for what he did. And the judge told me that will never happen. And I said, then this will not go away. So I'm happy to report to you that Judge Hubard received an express written apology from that man. I want to tell you that Judge Hubard received compensation for what he did to her. I want to tell you that that written apology included an acknowledgement for who Rosa Parks was, the role she played in our history, and why that was wrong and hurtful to say that to Judge Hubard. So while I'm a man of many hats, that is the most important hat that I have worn over the course of my career. I'm here in my capacity as a Cook County Commissioner to read to you a proclamation from our leader, President Tony Preckwinkle, and the Board of Commissioners. It reads, whereas Judge Arnett Hubard has been a pioneer for black people and especially black women in the legal field, and whereas the judge earned her undergraduate degree from Southern Illinois University and her Juris Doctorate from John Marshall Law School, Chicago, she is a judge of the Circuit Court of Cook County assigned to the Law Jury Division. And whereas the judge became a lawyer at a time when only 3% of American lawyers were women, fewer were black women, she was an attorney for 28 years before she became a judge. Whereas in 1979, then Attorney Judge Hubard became the first female president of the Cook County Bar Association, founded in 1914. In 1981, she became the first female president of the National Bar Association, founded in 1925. And whereas all of her life, Judge Hubard has been a passionate, outspoken proponent of civil rights, particularly voting rights. This passion caused her to initiate Desert Facts while a commissioner on the Chicago Board of Elections, which enabled military service persons stationed overseas to vote. Give her a round of applause for that. Whereas in 1994, the judge traveled to South Africa in support of the first post-apartheid election in South Africa. In 1995, the judge traveled to Haiti for the historic parliamentary and local elections. And during her 9 years at the Chicago Board of Elections, the judge was central to citywide programs designed to educate high school and college students on the electoral process. Judge Hubard's service and contributions have been recognized by numerous professional and civic organizations. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that Tony Preckwinkle, President of the Cook County Board of Commissioners, Commissioner Dennis Deere, and Commissioner Larry Rogers, Jr., on behalf of the residents of Cook County, hereby encourage Cook County residents to learn more about Judge Hubard's lifetime membership in numerous civic organizations as a further reflection of her service and support for humanity and the black community. Signed, Tony Preckwinkle. Judge Hubard, we love you.
Do you know, and you don't, so I'm going to tell you how many times I've been in this building and heard Reverend Jackson say, repeat after me, I am somebody. Let's do it just out of history and out of love. I am somebody. Yes. And he said it so often and with such sincerity, you had to believe it. And then he commanded us to act on that belief, assert our dignity, our courage, our talent, and serve. So I cannot believe, I'm not going to say how many more years, over 50 years, may as well own it, I have been so inspired, directed, encouraged, supported by rainbow people united to serve humanity. And we haven't stopped.
The price of this election is at the health care. $370 billion in the Inflation Reduction Act. We owe an applause to President Joe Biden, and yet they stripped out of it the price cap for those in private insurance policies. You know, higher profits and lower wages from Amazon to Starbucks, people are on the move. The price of food is on the ballot. The price of gas is on the ballot. The price of health care and education, and the price of justice. Just imagine coddling and qualifying white supremacy by a former president is outrageous and emblematic of what should disqualify anyone seeking to lead our nation. You know, the true measure of the justice system is the amount of protection it guarantees to its weakest citizens. And we must mobilize, energize, and recognize that this is our time to rise and be seated in this democracy. Still we rise to keep hope alive. This is State of the Movement.
We're excited to get more people involved in Rainbow Push, supporting the programs of Push for Excellence and the Citizenship Education Fund. If you're interested in impacting public policies, if you believe in the scholarships that we give to thousands of students each and every year, you can become a policymaker by becoming a member of Rainbow Push right now. For an annual membership of $35, or if you're a student or senior, $15, you can help us make a difference in the lives of millions. How do you become a member? Visit our website at rainbowpush.org and press join. Or maybe you'd like to support us. You can text the word PUSH, that's PUSH, to 41444 on your cell phone, and you can give any amount you feel comfortable giving. You can also call us at 773-256-2775, or go to rainbowpush.org and push donate. Wherever you are, you can support us as we keep pushing for you.
Friends, this is Bishop Tavis Grant, the Acting National Executive Director of the Rainbow Push Coalition. And I know you've been enjoying our program, the content and the engagement that we've been providing week after week after week, right here from Dr. King's workshop, right here in the great city of Chicago. I want to take this moment and appeal to you, because with all that we've been doing, this past week was Giving Tuesday. We've served over 250,000 meals. Hundreds and hundreds of families served all over the country. Our humanitarian efforts in Puerto Rico, in Flint, Michigan, in Jackson, Mississippi, and across this country. You know, this work often does not come with a budget. It comes with a cause and a commitment to respond to persons in crisis. And I want to thank so many of you who responded in this season as we're going into our anniversary month, 55 years of leadership, 55 years of commitment, 55 years of sacrifice and struggle, and yet we are still keeping hope alive. And you can help us. This month, we're serving hundreds of families across the Chicagoland area with meals. Many of them live in high-risk areas, living on the margins, living in the shadows, dealing with unemployment, dealing with food insecurity, and then there is the unhoused. And you can help us in a tremendous way with a contribution of $25, a contribution of $55, a contribution of $100. You can see the various platforms at the bottom of the screen, and I need you to help us keep hope alive. The work of Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson is relentless. And it's so meaningful and resourceful because we go straight to the front line while others sit on the side, observe, and spectate. We do exactly what this mission has been about since 1971. I want to offer you, because I would that I appeal to your better half, your better self, in this season where your contribution can help us make sure we don't turn not a family away. In our recent giveaway, we had a family that drove 30 miles one way just to receive Thanksgiving dinner. And our duty and our commitment is to leave nobody behind. This week, I want to offer to you, on behalf of Reverend Jesse Jackson and our National Board, a commemorative season item, our corporate Christmas ornament, as we're encouraging you to not just put Push under your tree, put it on your tree. It bears the logo of the Rainbow Push Coalition and Push Excel and the Citizen Education Fund. And those of you who will give $55 or more, that $55 will help us feed one family for the Christmas season. I need your help. Reverend Jackson needs your help. And these communities need your help. I'll send this to you personally. It will look amazing on your Christmas tree. As your family gathers during this holiday season, you'll be able to remind them that you're part of the fastest growing army, civil rights army that is, on the planet, the Rainbow Push Coalition. You see at the bottom of the screen how you can give. Your contribution will help us this season to ensure that a family has something to eat, to ensure that a mother has something to eat, to ensure that a senior has something to eat. Hundreds of people this month for our anniversary will receive because of your giving. Those of you who can't give 55, maybe you can give 25. There are those of you like myself and my family can give much, much more, and we do on a weekly basis. You can give 100, 1,000, 5,000, or 10,000 to help us keep this cause alive. And I want to offer this to you as a token of appreciation, because I truly believe to whom much is given, much more is required. And I want you to get this. There's a limited number of these available. A limited number of these available. Call the number on the screen, 773, Freedom on your dial. Go to www.rainbowpush.org or the several giving opportunities and platforms at the bottom of the screen. You can swipe, you can give, you can contribute right now, and then you can have the moral benefit and satisfaction of knowing that you are helping this work continue and reach those who need it most when you put Push on your tree. This is an incredible commemorative item, one of a kind, limited number, available today and today only. And so I want you, www.rainbowpush.org. Operators are waiting to receive your call right now, 773, Freedom on your dial, or go to one of those giving platforms right now and help us keep hope alive. Your gift, your contribution, your commitment to this cause will afford us to make sure that we leave no family behind. This is such a tremendous opportunity. I have a passion for it and a commitment to it, but guess what? I know you do too, and it's always better when we get together, no matter what, we are keeping hope alive. Hey, thank you in advance for your contribution, and I'll see you next week.
Push Excel's goal is to inspire students to strive for excellence in education in spite of personal, family, and community challenges that they might experience. How do we do this? By advocating for educational policies that guarantee equal funding for all students without regard to race or economic standing. By engaging parents, students, and teachers in pursuing high-quality education and striving for educational excellence at every level. And by forging partnerships with community-based and public sector stakeholders in education. Now, Push Excel is a national model program with the purpose of connecting principals, parents, popular personalities, and students in a bond and to support students at every level on the educational ladder. Now, we want you to become a member of the Rainbow Push Coalition and Push Excel. Your annual membership can help us to change policies that impact students, colleges, and universities all around the country. So step up and sign up today. Membership is only $35, and if you're a student or a senior, $15. Just go to our website, rainbowpush.org and push join to become a member or push donate to support the Push Excel program. You can also text the word Push Excel, that's PUSHEXCEL to 41444 on your cell phone, and you can give us any amount that you feel comfortable giving or call us at 773-256-2775. Wherever you are, you can support us as we keep pushing for you. And remember to keep hope alive.
When you shop, Amazon gives. Visit Amazon Smile and select Push for Excellence as your charitable organization by starting your shopping at smile.amazon.com.
Be sure to join us on our Saturday morning forum on next Saturday. We will continue to bring great content to you. And be sure to like our Facebook page and share when you're watching live. And if you're watching us on YouTube, because that's what you prefer to do, be sure to subscribe to our page so you can continue to get up-to-date information about what is occurring in our organization. We need you. We don't just need your financial support, but we need your hands. We need your participation. So we're asking that you seriously consider joining Rainbow Push, and you can do so by going to our website at rainbowpush.org. Keep hope alive.